If you are looking to freshen up your home decor, I have just the craft for you today. I'm going to teach you how to make a simple wooden lettered sign with artificial flowers, and the display can change throughout the year to match the season if you want. And to help me demonstrate is Emily Ramey, who is our sales manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back.
You're welcome. All right, so before we get to crafting, can you talk a little bit about how somebody would go about being on ciLiving? So if you want to be on ciLiving with your business, you're going to get in touch with Emily.
Yeah, absolutely. So the best thing to do is to send me an email to WCIA.com, so eramey@WCIA.com. And that way we can get a connection with each other. Send me an email, let me know a little bit about you, that you're interested in being on ciLiving, and then I can pair you with one of our wonderful account executives, and we can be a key part of your 2025 marketing plan. So that's a really fun way to make sure that you're getting your viewers and being able to reach as many people and let people know who you are, where you are, and what you have to offer, starting here on ciLiving.
That sounds fantastic. Well, all right. Are you ready to craft?
Let's do it.
All right, so today what we are making is ultimately, we are making a version of this. So this says, grow where you're planted. These little cups are actually left over from the 5-in-1 mystery balls,
yes,
that the kids get at the holidays. And then it is some plants from the craft store. We also have this foam that you put inside.
Okay.
And then I have some more plants that we can play with. You're going to need some sort of clippers. These are sort of heavy-duty wire cutters because there's wire down in the bottom. And then lettering. So I stenciled mine onto here with a stencil and a Sharpie.
Okay.
But if today, if you want, I have actual cutout letters if you want to put the word believe on yours.
Yes.
So I will walk you through step by step.
All right.
There is some glue.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the letters?
Sure.
Okay.
So just make sure you decide where you want to position these, whether you can do them up, down, kind of in the middle. And then I would maybe work on putting the lettering in between. So sort of like draft out, it's the word believe.
E. I need the L.
The L is here.
L-I. Make sure I spell it right.
I-E-V-E.
V.
Now these letters I made on a Cricut cutter, and I actually used the one at the Champaign Library. Did you know that you can go to the library on the weekend and they have drop-in hours, and you can use their Cricut machines, they have video games, they have 3D printers that you can like give the librarians the design that you want and they will make something for you. You just pay for supplies, yeah.
Here at the Champaign Library?
At the Champaign Library. So that's where I Cricut cut these, these stencils.
Okay, I feel like I kind of want this to be above now.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm changing my vision a little bit. Yes.
But that's the great thing about crafting. So you can lay it all out before you get started. And then the nice thing about this foam is that you can poke holes in it and then you can re-poke other holes. So ultimately what I would recommend doing is taking your flowers that you want for the season and then you can change them out. If it's fall, you can get the more fall-themed sort of pine coney things. If you want to do succulents like I have on mine, you can do a succulent garden, however you want to do it. But my suggestion would be to sort of change it out throughout the year seasonally.
All right, let's do this. So I did hear one time, and tell me if I'm just making this up completely, that when you do crafts with letters, you should start from the last letter, because you know that's where you want it to end. Am I making that up?
So it's funny, I actually always start with the middle letter because I want it to be centered, but I like where
that
you're going because then ultimately it ends. So I think as long as you choose an anchor point that's not the beginning, I think you're going to be good.
Okay, perfect. So then maybe I'll
I would just put a drop of glue on like the top and bottom of each letter.
All right, and then I need Gorilla Glue.
In the meantime, I've sort of already gotten the flowers ready. So the flowers have really long stems when you get them, so you can make them however big or small you want. And what I've done is I've just trimmed them to where they'll fit nicely into the little planters that we have. And then I took wire wrap. So there's flower wire wrap, and the little wire wrap holds it together. So if at the bottom it starts to fray a little bit when you snip it off, you can see the wire wrap right there. So I put them all together. And then you can decide where you would like to put them in your planter. I did sort of multiple arrangements before I landed on this, and then I did trim off some on the bottom as well.
Okay, all right.
So, while you're doing that,
yeah,
nice. It's looking great.
It's looking great.
All right,
Something to that starting at the end, but in the middle makes sense too.
Yeah, and then I'm just like sort of looking at, you can, if you want, snip individual leaves and make a whole arrangement. I actually kind of like, how do you feel about the purple sort of in front of the white like that?
I like it. I love purple, so that was a perfect color to pick for me.
Well, there you go. So it's like a little flower bouquet.
Yes.
So I'm gonna actually, I think it's probably easier if we want to make the flower arrangement before we actually glue them down.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because that'll give us some.
Need a little more glue.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that gives us like a little bit of leeway to work with it. That's gonna be nice on that side. And then let's see, I'm gonna grab these other flowers.
All right.
And this one, get this one all set up.
Ah.
So let's see. That's the arranging is always the, do we want it in front? Do we want the white in back? What do you think? White in the back, maybe?
I like the white in the back.
And it's so interesting how then it looks like a whole bouquet. And if you have some of that wire wrap, you can wrap it together. Or if you're planning on, I might even separate it. So I'm gonna put this in the front and this in the back. And then, like I said, you can always change out your green if you wanna just remove the entire thing and keep this same arrangement for next year. Or you can pull the individual flowers out and change it up.
Like you said, you can change it up seasonally. So that way, you know, in the fall, you can do like fall colors, spring, summer, daisies. Okay,
Exactly.
This E is being very difficult here. All right.
All right.
What do you think we're gonna?
Well, I think here, if you want to just set these on so that they can kind of see what it's going to look like when it's done. We can finish that.
All right.
Oh, and that's going to be beautiful. I like that. Let's see.
Yes.
See if we can turn that around. Oh,
that does look
awesome.
really cute. I love it.
Well done. Well, if you are interested in being on ciLiving and having your business featured here, you can definitely reach out to Emily. We would love to have you. Her email address has just popped up, eramey@wcia.com.